Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Patches of blue sky starting to emerge, but those clearing skies are going to lead us to one of our coldest nights of the forecast. Kim?
They are the COVID long haulers, people living with debilitating issues long after being sick. Now U of M is stepping up and stepping in to help.
We're going to begin, though, with Michigan's vaccination rate. We are still waiting on today's update, but as of right now, 50.6%, a little more than half of Michiganders have received at least one vaccine dose. Governor's first milestone at 55% calls for a return to office work.
Now let's take a look at today's case numbers. 2,589 new cases in the past day, making it the fourth straight day below 3,000. The state is also reporting 42 new deaths in the past 24 hours. Michigan, meanwhile, continues to lead the nation in new cases of COVID-19, but the trend is headed in the right direction with this third wave.
And today, Governor Whitmer gave us some detail on how we're going to manage the pathway to reopening. Rod Maloney talked one-on-one with the governor, and she struck a pretty positive note, Rod, but there is still a long way to go.
Oh, well, she acknowledges that, Devin, that we still have a lot of work to do, especially getting people vaccinated. But she is having that optimistic tone because we're seeing significant reduced numbers, or significantly reduced numbers going forward.
Our cases are falling dramatically.
Here are some hard numbers behind her optimism. The State of Michigan dashboard tells us that 2.5 weeks ago, reported daily COVID cases on April 16th were a whopping 8,955. Today, they're 2,589, a 71% drop. Michigan's reported adult hospitalizations on April 16th came in at 4,183. Today, they're at 2,861, or down 31%. Now, there's the possibility children 12 to 15 will soon become eligible for vaccines, but the governor says they likely won't factor into the vaccination standard for Michigan's reopening.
At this juncture, we are measuring 16-year-olds and up. I know we'll be having a conversation with our epidemiologist to see if perhaps we need to make a little bit of a change there.
Now, we also wondered what happens if Michigan doesn't get to that magic 70% vaccination rate the governor's been talking about.
If that's the case, we'll have to evaluate. Our goal, though, is 70%. And you heard President Biden cite the same goal yesterday in his press. This is our national goal, and it's very similar to the Michigan one.
And lastly, if you're a snowbird or received your vaccination out of state,
they should call their local Department of Public Health and make sure that they get credit for it.
Now, on that subject, we're getting a lot of differing emails, some people having difficulty, other people saying it's working out well. You want to call your doctor to make sure that your doctor knows that you've been vaccinated if you did it out of state. Or the other thing you can do is you can call the local public health department, as the governor said. But I'm also told that the health departments do comb your medical records, so making sure your doctor knows that you're vaccinated is helpful in helping us get to that, at least the 55% level. Back to you.
Critical, in fact. Rod, so when does the governor then think we're going to hit that first level of reopening at 55? Does she have an idea?
Well, actually, Devin, last week she said she thought 7 to 10 days. And again, today she's saying 7 to 10 days, which gives you an idea that we're starting to see a tailing off of people actually getting that vaccine.
Which means the higher numbers seem even farther off at the moment. All right, Rod, let's look at where things stand right now with the vaccine. Again, we're still awaiting today's update, but so far 9.7 million doses have been distributed to Michigan, getting close to 10 million now, and a little more than 7 million have been administered thus far.
The Michigan Senate voted today to exempt high school graduation ceremonies from emergency capacity limits imposed by the governor. GOP legislators argued that graduations are a tradition that should be preserved despite concerns that large events risk spreading coronavirus. Many expect the governor to veto it if it reaches her desk. There's some very good news to report into what was a major problem for years in the city of Detroit.
The city's infant mortality rate has fallen to its lowest level in more than 20 years. Let's get to Sean Lay live tonight with the results and also the unique program that they believe helped lead to that decline. Sean.
Devin, absolutely. We're talking about more healthy moms, more healthy babies in the city of Detroit. What made a big difference? Those moms getting rides to doctor's appointments.
I'm an ER doctor. I have pronounced infants dead before. And so what we are talking about today, these are not just trends, this is not just data, these are people's lives, these are people's children. And it's just really just such important work that I've truly been an honor to be a part of.
Dr. Janae Caldoun, you know her from her state COVID work as chief medical executive. In 2017, she was with the City of Detroit Health Department. Detroit's infant mortality rate was so high and so heartbreaking.
The definition is a baby who does not make it to their first year of life.
One big reason so many expected moms in Detroit had no transportation to doctor's appointments. Dr. Caldoun got the city to spend $500,000, and she had services focused on healthy moms and healthy babies, give moms free Lyft rides to doctor's appointments. Here are the number of rides. In 2017, more than 700. In 2018, 5,400. In 2019, up to 6,200. More moms having more access to doctors. Here's the impact. In 2018, Detroit infant deaths, white babies 7, African American babies 146. In 2019, Detroit infant deaths, white babies 8, African American babies 91. 55 more babies were alive at the end of 2019.
We have dramatically reduced this. You cannot change the racial disparity in healthcare in this country without being very conscious, without being very intentional.
And that's not to mention so many programs in the city of Detroit aimed at keeping moms healthy, getting them to the doctor's appointment for healthy babies. But look, the reality is room for improvement, and the city is already warning us that the pandemic, they're already seeing fewer numbers of those rides, fewer numbers of doctor's appointments right now. Back to you.
It's good to see. All right, Sean. Nice to see the rain hold off for today. And in fact, we actually got a couple of peaks of the sun here late in the afternoon.
Yeah, let's see what's headed our way for tonight, Ben.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, you could almost count them on one hand. We had a couple. Looks like we may spot one there on our camera downtown, but still a lot of clouds out there. And when the clouds do finally break appreciably, it's likely going to be after sunset, and that's only going to make those temperatures cool even faster. Current numbers low to mid 50s, still have that healthy northwest wind out there, which is just adding that cool feel to the already unseasonably chilly temperatures. Numbers falling to the mid 40s here by midnight, but we're going to the 30s in most locations tonight. So coming up, we're going to talk about not only the temperatures we're headed to tonight, but the changes we're expecting for Mother's Day weekend. Still rain in the forecast, but we'll tell you who's under the gun in just a few minutes. Guys?
Okay, Ben. The Oakland County Sheriff's Office is investigating tonight after an 8-year-old was shot in the leg in Pontiac. It happened in a neighborhood near Jocelyn and North Perry Street. Larry Sproul spoke to neighbors and shows us what investigators say led up to it.
Yesterday wasn't normal.
Beth Ann Valunga recalls what she saw and heard right before the shooting that shut down her Pontiac neighborhood Tuesday. It happened inside this home on LeBaron Avenue near Jocelyn and North Perry Street.
This doesn't really happen in the neighborhood. And I said, uh-oh, this is not right.
Valunga said that uh-oh feeling took over her when she saw 2 to 3 men leaving her neighbor's home. Oakland County Sheriff's deputies say they got a call of a shooting at the house. 2 victims were shot, a 31-year-old male and his 8-year-old son. The victim says he was outside his home when the 3 male suspects he did not know pulled up alongside him in a black SUV. One of the suspects yelled that he wanted to show him something. That's when the victim turned away and started walking inside the home, but the suspects got out of the car and followed them. The father told police he ran inside with his son and hid in the bathroom with his son and girlfriend. That's when the suspects ordered them to come out or they'll shoot into the bathroom. Deputies say the suspects stole jewelry and cash from the home, but before leaving, they shot the father in the upper right leg and then shot the family dog. That bullet also hit the 8-year-old. Now, a spokesperson for the sheriff's office tells me that the victim, the father, he did change his story multiple times to deputies. But the good news is that both the father and the son will be okay tonight. They are still looking for the suspects. We're live tonight. Larry Sproul, Local 4.
Okay, Larry, thank you.
After much resistance, Peloton has now agreed to recall 125,000 treadmills over safety concerns. Voluntary recalls include both the Tread Plus and Tread machines. This move comes after reports of 70 injuries and, you may recall, 1 death of a child. The company is advising customers who already have the products to immediately stop using them and contact Peloton for a full refund. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission had previously warned about Peloton's Tread Plus product last month. The Department of Homeland Security has a new hiring pitch.
Why the agency is looking for a few good women to fill some very important roles.
Also, she is a true Detroit success story. Here at 5, how Roz Brewer has gone from Cass Tech to breaking a very important barrier in the business world. Doc?
She was a happy, healthy local teen until she caught a mild case of COVID last fall. I'm Dr. Frank McGeorge. Coming up, her family's search for answers and how a new effort could help her and countless others battling long-haul COVID.